it's September right now, and we're tracking guitars, and BJ and I started writing demos probably in like late January, early February. So it's definitely it's a process that's been over an amount of time.
I had 20 songs of my own. Justin probably had like 20 songs of his own, as far as either of us knew together. Because when we're off tour, we don't really like write together as a band anymore like we used to. Like we used to always sit in a room and jam for like 5 or 6 hours every day after school, write all the songs that way. And then now it's pretty much just, we just sit in a nice little room like this in our house, and we just crank out songs just every day. And then yeah, it just kind of got to the point where we had like 30, 40, whatever it was songs. And we were just like, well, I guess we could cut another album because we have all this content. So that's pretty much the get-go of the plan that led us to this beautiful wooden room that we're in right now.
We brought, I believe it was 12 or somewhere between 12 and 16 demos here to Michigan. Rewrote all of them with Nick. Left the studio round one, the pre-pro round, with 20 songs, 20 instrumental demos. Those went to our producer in LA, Drew, who Levi and I do vocals with. And then Drew gave us his input, then we came back and we're rewriting and recording all the instrumentals now. So this, I guess, is round 3 for all the songs, and then this is the round where we narrow it down to probably 12 songs instrumentally, and then as soon as these end, I fly to LA to meet Levi, and then with the preparation on singing and vocals and all that good stuff will go on out there.
With this album, I feel like Miss May I has already kind of proven who they are and what they're great at, and this record's supposed to be taking all the great moments and all the great energy that they've already have out there with their fans, and we're trying to push it a little bit further. So in my head, obviously I want them to be able to grow as a band and to get that respect that bands like Killswitch and Gage have, and to get the respect that bands like As I Lay Dying always had, and just kind of grow into what they've worked so long for. And that's what this record's supposed to be, is just great songs. We're not cutting any corners. We're not doing anything that makes it feel dated. We're making, hopefully, just a timeless classic metal record.
This album, the subject of this album though, is great because it really touches base with everyone in the band. We did something really special with this record to where instead of me just doing the vocals and me doing the lyrics and coming to the guys, hey, this is what I want to write about, and they're like, okay, cool, or hey, we don't like this. This time around, we spent days sitting and listening to the record with no vocals. And me, Ryan, and Drew just sat and vibed out on the songs. We let the songs soak in, and what we felt from the songs instrumentally, we said this is the emotion we felt. And the crazy magical thing that happened, which has never really happened for us, is, and not that it's never happened for us, but we've never went this route, is we all felt the same thing. And I think that's magical. It's crazy to hear a guitar part or an entire song hit pause and 3 people who weren't talking say that it reminds them of the same exact thing. So that's how we went and got all the vibes for this record.
I think now our music has been maturing over the years, and now we actually understand what the key elements are to a song, rather than just a bunch of kids in a basement that just played riffs and wanted to play really, really fast, because we always saw other bands and they played really fast too, so we wanted to do that.
On this record, like the chemistry between BJ and I, with writing, like, he'll come up with a sick part, but we know how to complement each other really well. And this process has been really cool because, usually it's BJ writes demos, I write demos, then we come in and put them together collectively. This time around, it's been really cool because it's been that process, but at the same time, when we came into the studio to revamp our demos, we're both in there, we're both, pitching out ideas, And it's really cool, especially like knowing, like fitting in your spot in the band. You know, BJ doing more of the lead stuff and me doing more of the rhythm stuff. We both know how to complement each other, which I think on this album has been probably the best and most unique feel that we've come up with.
As far as the guitar on the new album, there's a fair amount of like kind of the same old like riffy style like we've had for years and years. There's a kind of a somewhat new sense of one thing that I'd been thinking about a lot the last year, which is I spent a lot of time growing up at like just like crazy spectacle like concerts where as much as it's about the music, it's about like the music kind of painting like a huge picture of just like, even if you're playing it for like your friend in your bedroom, that it just kind of like it sounds like it should be played at a stadium or like an arena or something like that.
Instrument-wise, it's been really fun because as they write the songs, I can learn them, but I've been trying not to learn them too much until they're completed because the structures just keep changing like crazy. I basically have just been learning parts and then placing them in as we go. But now that the songs are done, I come into this room, I learn all of my tracks, and then I go out into this live room and I play them with Jared. So the rhythm section is actually playing everything together live before we even go in and finish the tracks to make sure that Jared and I are locked in.
On this new album, Ryan and I have been getting together a lot and just practicing everything that we have for it, just because we want to make sure that our rhythm section is able to lock in as tight as possible. We're the foundation for a band, so I think spending a little bit extra time with him is really helping not only him, but me as well, because we're able to lock in that way live. We have a really full and tight sound.